Lord Rosfield. Is there aught the
Perhaps. My brother said, have you learned anything of note since last?
Little and less, I regret to report.
I see.
Be assured, however, that even now, our
Fallen ruins, I take it.
Indeed. As if protecting the sea.
Secrets we'd see unearthed.
Should our methods be of... Mayhap it would please you to observe some...
Would that be possible?
Of course. A survey is being conducted not far from here. Perchance you are familiar with... I was due to visit my colleagues. If you would consent to...
All right. I'll go and meet with them.
They will be... Might I suggest you take the road? It will lead you straight to...
Thank you.
I wish you a safe journey.
A village built around an airship. Sounds... mistakes. This might take a while. Time to fight. Oh no. You'll pay for this. There may still be survivors. This one. Get him. Attack. Die. Whatever that thing is, I'd say it's their leader. Get him! Over here! Get him! Over here! Let's try. Too slow. Get him! Should have stayed in the past. These must be Cyril's colleagues.
You have our thanks, stranger.
Who are you?
Ah, I did not recognize you. We are archaeologists. Thanks to them.
You call that a mercy? Your brothers might still... Surely this survey wasn't what...
We are charged a duty of the highest...
And you think your dead brothers would...
I know they would. Now, to what...
Cyril told me of your work here.
I see. That is most kind. Pray. May the Firebird's flame burn ever in your heart, as it does in ours.
It's one thing to lay down your life for another, but for a survey...
Ah, you are...
Here.
My thanks. I shall study them, and inform you forthwith if I discover aught that might aid you in your...
Cyril. Losses which could have been avoided. Were these your orders?
No. This every
Even when death is...
My lord, the undying have we live to serve the fiend.
Cyril. But allow me to offer you a word. It does not further the cause of the... Provide your survey parties with an escort. Think not only of how you can serve the Phoenix, please.
I thank you if you will permit me to respond. And we of the undying, as first shield...
I do.
Then we are of the
What's happened?
Clive. You'll be pleased to know that the negotiations are progressing well.
That is good news.
Yes. Our comrade in Randala has just sent word that the contract should be signed very soon. But I still have much and more to prepare. It's a huge undertaking moving this many bearers at once. You couldn't do me a quick...
What is it this time?
Nothing like that. I just need you to go over to the caravans and ask El how long we have. Find out exactly how much faster.
All right.
Thanks, Clive.
You won't find a finer array this side of the strait.
Don't blame yourself, El. This is their fault, not yours.
I know, but...
No buts about it, all right?
Is something wrong?
Vonnie came to give me a message from our intermediary. The talks with the Republican Army have fallen through. They've reached an agreement with the Silver Peak Consortium instead. Though prices have fallen of late, we deliberately offered above the going rate to try and deter other bidders. But the consortium offered...
And you had no opportunity to make a counteroffer?
None at all. And we were...
El? What's happened?
And with good reason.
But I thought we were the only ones the Fist was speaking to about the bearers. How did the
It's not so surprising. This isn't over. I'm going to Randalar myself.
Alone?
Are you offering to be my bodyguard? How kind. Meet me at the checkpoint near the... You go to Cashlock, Theo. Even if I fail to free... Someone needs to prepare...
Oh, and that's me, is it? Well, it looks like I'm for meeting the Silver Peak Consort. She'll never join them after this, surely. She means to stay with us then.
You have to trust her.
You're right. And if El's off fighting for the... So I bid you farewell, and I'll gather my men and leave for... You go to Randalar and...
I'll do my best. All right. To Randalar. Well then, I'd better not keep Eloise waiting.
I wouldn't give for a hot meal.
Looks like this is the end of the road for us.
When are they gonna let us through?
Let's go. I hope I didn't keep you waiting. Did you arrange to speak with the consort?
Here they are now.
You wish to consult with me?
I did. It's about... We had all but finished making arrangements to buy them ourselves.
You misunderstand. The consortium had an... It was only our regard for you that kept us from bidding. And so we resumed.
I did not hesitate. I am simply not inclined to make such decisions without... But what is done is done.
Alas, you are too late. We rarely take on such... The bearers belong to him now.
Who is your buyer?
A trader from across the water. A most demanding fellow. He insisted the bearers be fed, dressed. Even that's what you get when you do...
I wouldn't know.
Oh yes, the culture on the... They pay good money for bearers not fit for the knacker's yard. And treat them like king.
That does sound... No matter then. If they've already left our shores, there's little that can be done. And with it, my interest in joining your...
My associates will be sorry.
I'm sorry you weren't able to save them.
As am I. But I only... He was right. The Silver Peak Consortium did intend to buy those... Their representative hinted at a possible I feigned interest in joining them. As soon as he left, I sent my own offer to
So you...
No. I entertained but I was a fool to think they wouldn't find out.
You tried.
I did. But they deserved more. I wanted so...
Eloise! Eloise! Word from Cashlock. The village is under attack. A pack of beasts have come down from the mountains, and there's a dragon at its head. Theo and the others are trying to hold them off as best they can, but the odds are against... They need help.
Theo!
I'll go on ahead.
Thank you, Clive. I'll gather some men and join you there. Just...
Hold on, Theo. Come on. Faster! That'll do, girl. Where's Theodore?
Upriver!
He led the dragon that way to keep it from the
We just have to pray he makes it out.
I can do better than that. Torgal, with me. Where are you, Theo? Get him! Attack! This way! Go! This one! Over here! Go! Damn it! The ether's too thick. These creatures have already turned. Over here! Soil! Get him! Get him! Torgal, kill! I can't waste any more time. I need to find Theodore before that dragon does. Looks like it's found me. This thing's turned as well. This isn't going to be easy. Too slow. This way. Get him. Over here. Get him. Nice try. This one. Get him! All yours, Torgal! Get him!
Clive?
Theodore, you had me worried for... We have to get you out of here.
I think it might be a little too late for that. Bearer or no, there's only so much ether a man can take, and that Drake just wouldn't let me leave. You have my thanks, Sid, for finishing what I could not. For keeping Elle's dream.
Theodore! Don't make me do this.
Stop it, Theo! Stop!
Stay back, Eloise! He's turned. And so will you! Theodore.
Take care of my sister.
Theodore. Wait.
Goodbye, Elle.
Thank you, Clive. I think I'll be all right now.
That was true bravery he showed. leading the dragon away from the village like that. His first instinct was always to protect people, to put others' well-being before his own.
And now he's gone. Because I sent him to that place, against his will.
It wasn't against his will. He was ready to do whatever it took to show you he could stand on his own, so that you would finally be free to live your own life.
To live my own life. He never could come to terms with the choice I made.
What exactly happened? You once told me Theo was the first bearer you ever helped.
We grew up in Canva. We were born to one of the great trading houses. And I was chosen to inherit the family business. I had my father's head for figures, you see. Theo did not. While I studied the art of commerce, he played at soldiers instead. A late bloomer, in more ways than one. For unlike most bearers, it wasn't until his 15th summer that his powers awakened. My parents tried to drive him out of the house and into the care of the constables. But before they could, I took him into mine.
Theo told me something else. He clearly admired your devotion to the cause of freeing others like him from slavery. But he said you deserved a better life than this. He wanted to free you from what he called your bonds, just as you freed him from his.
I would be lying if I said I had not wondered from time to time how much easier my life might have been if I had allowed Theo to be taken and devoted myself to the family business instead. But I have never regretted the decision I made. Being with my brother meant more to me than tradition or reputation. I only had to look at him to remind myself of that night and the choice I made and the fact that I would make the same choice again in a heartbeat. He was never a burden. How could he even think that? If anything, I was the one who weighed him down.
You weren't, Eloise. He said it himself, that he had always been grateful to you for saving him, and that he wanted to repay you by letting you live the life you were denied. Neither you nor Theo weighed each other down. You loved one another. You did whatever was necessary to continue living your lives together, and you always would have.
You're right. All I ever wanted, all I ever did, it was so we could be together. Oh, Theo, why did you have to... I know Theo wanted me to move on, but I'm staying here at the Crimson Caravans to continue our work. We can make a difference here. We can help people, save them. I need nothing more from life than that. So I'll carry on doing what we do, ensuring that goods, people, bearers get where they need to be, bringing smiles to people's faces just like we always have, and to Theo's. Wherever he is. This is the life I have chosen. The life I will always choose.
I've made a choice of my own, to continue helping you however I can, whenever you need it.
Thank you, Clive. Let's go on together then. For Theodore.
I got peppers to numb your tongue up.
There were ghosts at the gates not days ago.
Those things I said before.
Oh, Clive. What am I My wards and I may soon be without a home.
What's happened?
The High Cardinal has descended.
The High Cardinal?
Leader of the Council of Elders. Not that any of those things still exist.
And what does he want with Northreach?
He wants to transform it, a foundation upon which he's already secured the...
He would rob the populace to pay for it.
Believe me, I have...
What does Captain Philippe make? When the town was under attack, it was him, the soldier.
How? By a man who stated the captain can offer them a regular supply of gruel. No. Any attempt to incite mutiny would cost Philippe the support of his men. If it did not cost him his life. But given the mood around town, mutiny may...
And who could blame them?
Clive, would you appeal to the Duke for your services to Northreach? You have the respect, and unlike Philippe, well...
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you.
Tell me then. In the garrison?
Overseeing the troops.
All right. I may have met this Duke before, at the Remembrance Ceremony. Let's hope I didn't make a strong impression.
Halt. Oh, sorry about that. You're the dame's man, aren't you? You got some business with the captain?
No, actually. With the Duke. I was hoping I might be able to speak with him.
We're under orders not to let any civilians pass. But you should be all right. His Eminence has heard all about you and your heroics. Wait here. I'll go and ask.
So, you are the sellsword who lent his aid to the garrison. The Empire owes you a debt, and I shall see it repaid. But tell me, is it wealth that you seek, or favor?
Neither, Your Eminence. I thought only to inquire about your plan to turn Northreach into a stronghold.
Ah, I see. You are worried the expanded garrison will render your services redundant. Yet you needn't be. A proud fighting man like yourself shall always have a place here. Pride of place, in fact, but no more. For it is they who shall see the...
Why here, Your Eminence?
The town has been fortunate enough to escape large... which is more than can be said for Oriflamme. The Empire wants for a capital, and I... with Caer Norvent as her citadel. We need only build a wall around both to create a city that would be the envy. Plans are already underway for the construction. Soon enough, these thralls...
I fear you underestimate how dangerous these... Should they return in force, you will need all the people of Northreach to come together in defense of the town.
The people? If Sandbreck is to be rebuilt, one whose that is why this... so that any man who wishes to... And yet, there are those...
I suspect.
Precisely. The common folk have little and less, and you mean to deprive them of even that. You would sow the seeds of your new empire in your own salted earth.
Sabine, we have...
Yes, and I told you then how putting the empire before her citizens would...
Without an empire, there...
And in yours, there will be only beggars. Is that what Griga wills for her people?
Do not take her name in vain, Sabine.
I'll come back later. A citizens' revolt. I wonder what the people really think of the Duke's plan. It wouldn't hurt to ask them, I suppose. Let's begin with those on the other side of the wall.
As long as you remain, the veil will see.
Don't fret. But there were ghosts at the gates not days ago.
All right there.
Just your opinion, actually. I wondered what you thought of the Duke of...
Oh, him. Not much. It's thanks to nobles like him that we had to set up shop this side of the wall in the first place. Couldn't have the rabble getting any closer. And now he's trying to drive us out completely, threatening to take everything we got. If the dame said she wanted him run out of town, I'd be straight through that checkpoint tar bucket.
I heard the dame got an icon to rid the meadows and
A question. What do you think of the Duke of Or...
Don't get me. You build a life for yourself somewhere, only for some noble to turn up and... If he thinks his name and his chains give him the right, we'll do whatever it takes.
Why? You're stalling.
I've been hearing a lot of talk about a certain Duke.
Nothing good. Going around acting like he... And with hardly a word to the dame. This is her town.
I take it you'd rather she was in charge.
As far as I'm concerned. Just need his eminence to sod off back...
Well, the people seem united enough. What about the soldiers? Excuse me, do you have a moment? I wondered if you'd mind sharing your thoughts.
Well, he's made a lot of it. I mean, look around us. The traders might not like having the... I think the Duke's got a point when he says rebuilding the empire. And if that means people...
You're the one who was talking to his eminence.
On the dame's behalf, yes. I was trying... What do you think of his...
I'm a soldier, mate. Listen, I've got nothing but respect for the day. That's where my loyalties lie, not with the town. If the Duke can get us the men and the equipment we need to fight off those blues...
Oh, as long as you remain, the veil...
Sabine, you are embarrassing me.
I hear the Duke of Oriflamme plan. Do you think that's a good...
It's not for me to say. All I know is that unless the Emperor... Look, no one likes all these... Once Sandbreck is back on her feet...
Let's see what Philippe makes of all this. Captain, do you have a moment?
For you? Certainly. Thank you for last. How can I help?
I wanted to ask you, do you intend to go...
But to tell you the truth, it's my sworn duty as a captain of the Imperial Army.
Philippe, I remember you saying that you became a...
That's right.
Well, she doesn't agree with the Duke's orders either.
Thank you, Clive. And protecting the people I love is what Well, gee, thanks again.
It seems Philippe wants to do the right thing at least. I expect Isabel will be pleased to hear that, if nothing else.
Ah, Clive. How did you fare? Were you able to speak with the Duke?
I was, but...
So Northreach is to be a fortress after all. Well, it will certainly help to hold back the thralls. There's no denying that. Though I doubt it will come as much consolation to the townspeople whose worldly goods are confiscated to pay for it. They deserve to be heard, Clive. To have a say in this new empire the Duke means to build.
Sadly, His Eminence values their obedience more than their opinions, and hopes to reassert the authority of the state. I fear he sees the people as mere pawns on his chessboard to be sacrificed for the greater good. Needless to say, they themselves are of a different opinion, and would rather their destinies were in your hands. The soldiers, meanwhile, are content to follow their orders. And not just because of the Duke's rank, but because of his vision.
I thought as much. Had I sworn to protect Sambrek, I dare say I too would want nothing more than to see it rise from the ashes. Thank you for trying. But the battle is lost.
I don't know about that.
What happened to your uniform?
I handed it in, along with my resignation. Told the lads I wished them well, but that I owe it to those I love to call it a day.
But why?
Because I realized what really matters to me. Not following some nobleman's orders for the sake of it, but protecting what I care about. Protecting Northreach. I honestly don't know when those monsters will return, but I'm certain they're not finished with us yet. And when they do come back, we need to be ready for them. We need to stand together, all of us. And with you to lead us, milady, I reckon we can do it. It was you who finally convinced me, Clive. There's no point following orders if they go against everything you believe.
Indeed.
All of us, standing together. That has always been Northreach's best hope, and one which still lies within our grasp. We have only to turn our attentions to the true enemy. Thank you, Philippe, for showing me what I must do.
Anything for you, milady. Speaking of standing together, would you mind if I borrowed a few of the lads from the Vale to help keep watch around the town? I fear His Eminence has loftier tasks in mind for the guard.
Not at all. Be my guest.
Wouldn't be the first time.
There may be hope for Northreach yet. Especially with men like you and Philippe to champion our cause. I, for my part, shall continue to work upon the Duke, in the stubborn belief that I might still tempt him into joining hands. But I suspect I shall have to call upon your aid again. Until then, Clive.
Until then,